Play on repeat.
Okay, happy Friday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everybody has had a good week. It's been a good week on here. So good to see everybody. And I got to say this again, our numbers are amazing, amazing. So thanks for getting the word out. Thanks for sharing this. And we've had all kinds of side topics leading in from beanies to toboggans to our Canadian friends. If you could put it in the chats, is that a toque? No, not toque. Toque. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if you don't know what that is, Google it, look it up. So our word for today is prepare. Let us know where you're tuning in from in the chats and in the comments. We always love to check out where everybody's coming around the world, but prepare. And you look at the definition, it's make something ready for use or consideration. Make someone ready or able to do or deal with something. And when I saw the word prepare, I thought about Vince Green. Now, I know I always talk about him being an attorney, and he's going to be my defense attorney one day. But not sure what yet, but we'll let you know. We'll keep you in check on that. But I thought about him, and I thought, he is a man that has spent a career preparing, getting ready for something to deal with someone or something, to make something better and to defend. And I come across two quotes, and one of them was, prepare the umbrella before it rains. And I thought about this, and as I guess went through this life, I've heard this in my life a lot. It's not if something's going to happen, it's when. How many of you's heard that in your life growing up? Or I've heard, dig your well before you're thirsty, right? And so many times I think I'm prepared, and then I realize I didn't prepare. I didn't dig my well. I didn't believe in the old adage, it's not if something's going to happen, it's when. And I'm usually like looking at myself in the mirror going, come on, Brent, you're better than that, right? So prepare is a big word. Like it's something that we all need to walk through this daily journey of life with. And I come across this, success is where preparation and opportunity meet. I believe that the moments in my life where I've been prepared, I feel like I've grown more during that season. And so I went this morning really quick with some powerful benefits to being prepared. So when you're prepared, whatever it is you're prepared in right now, is it your health? Is it your relationships? Being prepared in your profession? Like Alan White owns a concrete company. I bet if he's had moments where he's felt really prepared, and business has probably flowed a lot smoother, And I flip it around and I go, man, I've had moments where I've been really prepared, and things have, my business, opportunities has come to me and been a lot smoother in my life. And then I've had times where I'm not prepared. So powerful benefits to being prepared. Number one, well, let me say this before. Lack of preparation can often lead to a great disappointment or failure. That's kind of what we're talking about. So when I am prepared, here's what it does. It reduces fears. I'm more out to face fear and go after it because I'm prepared. It reduces anxiety. How many of you woke up with, like you wake up with anxiety, like you don't even know what it is, but you're just feeling all this stuff in you, right? Makes you want to go crazy. So when you're prepared, when you're digging into something, you wake up with a little different feeling because there's some preparation. It makes you more productive as a human when you're prepared. It enhances your self-discipline. Like you're more disciplined. If you're prepared on your weight loss journey goals, you're more disciplined not to grab the Snicker bar or the ice cream late at night, you know? So it's self-discipline. Maybe it's the financial world. If you're prepared, you know, then maybe you don't do that thing that leaks some of those funds out of your account that you normally would if you're just just moving through life, not prepared. Another thing is it enhances our strategic thinking. I know this in my life. If I prepare, if I dig in, if I look at all angles, then I'm a better strategic thinker about my future. And I would say that's a pretty important thing for us all, like our future, right? So am I prepared? And the last one is it develops resilience to stay in the game. And I just, Andrea, I'm going to turn it to you because she's got some really cool things to share, but I want to share this real quick. Develops resilience to stay in the game. Just this week, I talked to a multi-millionaire, multi-millionaire, I should say, probably somewhere around $200 to $400 million net worth. Pretty good. And I was on the phone talking. And one of the things that was said that really was impactful to me, and I think hopefully it will be to you, is here's what was said. It's not that I haven't made mistakes in my life, in my business career. I've had many of times in my career that I've been broke, but I never developed a poor mindset. There's a big difference. There's been times where things didn't go my way and I've leaned over here and I was broke. I had to change I had to maybe drive a different vehicle. I had to do things a little bit different, but I never had the poor mindset. My vision was always, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And what was said to me that was so impactful was, through that resilience, I just stayed in the game. I found a way to stay in the game. We always say it, left foot, right foot, step, left foot, right foot, step. Maybe I'm down. Maybe I'm a little bit less fine, a little bit broke right now, but I'm coming back. I'm going to stay resilient. And what was laid out to me was, I look back today on my life, and what was said to me was, people talk about my net worth being hundreds of millions of dollars, but what I contributed to is just being resilient and staying in the game, finding a way to stay in the game. And I thought about that once I got off, and I thought, how cool is that? Because so many times people do not stay in the game. They don't stay in the hunt. They don't stay in the fight. They grab the poor mindset rather than just the temporary broke, but I'm coming back, right? I hope that makes sense to you today. So that was just something I wanted to share that was shared with me this week. So Andrea, I'm going to turn it to you on prepared.
Well, thank you, Coach. I love that. And a great reminder on the power of our mindset. So I thought that was really powerful. So the quote that I found was, spectacular achievement is always preceded by unspectacular preparation. And that's Robert Schuller. And I really feel like that's so true. Like when we do really well in a race, it's because we ran a whole bunch of really long, boring, repetitive runs. Or if you're really good in a speech, it's because you took a bunch of notes and you practiced and you practiced and you practiced just to make sure that you were going to do a good job. So if you're going to do a good job in public, it's because there's a lot of this really like the private, probably boring, mundane repetition. So what I'm going to talk about today is how we can prepare for success in life. And I'm going to try to go really, really quickly. But the first one is exactly what Coach just talked about, and it's to build that growth mindset. Some of us can get, I think maybe it happens as we age. I don't know, maybe it's just me, where like when we're little, we dream about everything and we think we can do everything. And, you know, like our world is so big, even though it's actually so small, but like our mind is so big. But then as we get older, we get the no's and we have, you know, we fail at something or we're told something, we can limit our life and we lose that growth mindset. We can kind of get set in our ways. So, you know, believe that your efforts matter, learn those new skills, view failures as learning experience, but just always focus on growing to improve your emotional intelligence. And, you know, we sometimes can think that we're thinking humans that have emotions, but really we're emotional humans that have thoughts. And a lot like, and sometimes people say, oh no, I'm very logical. Well, there's still emotion behind it. So we have to learn, and this is a skill, to drive our emotions. In order to do that, we got to pay attention to it, right? What am I feeling right now and why, right? Take a step back from it, learn to manage them a little bit. So, you know, step back and view what you're going through with kind of an impartial eye, avoid bottling up, right? Any bottlers in here that lead to that volcano that happens later, and then listen to other people. And this means not only hearing what they're saying, but paying attention to like their body body language, those nonverbal signals, so that you can figure out what their emotions are and, you know, help regulate all of around. Number 3 is develop that mental toughness. So how do we do that? We got to believe in ourselves, right? We got to keep trying. Just like Coach just said, one of the key habits of successful people is failure, but not ending there, right? They have an obstacle, they have a problem, but then they learn and keep going. So set those goals and then find support. That's all going to allow us to have that mental toughness, and then strengthen our willpower, right? How can we prepare? We'll strengthen our willpower. So keep your promises to yourself, right? Try something hard that's multiple steps, right? Grow a garden, right? You gotta start really early. You've got a lot of work that you've got to do, and it goes on for a long time. That's going to help your willpower. And then make a decision and stick to it. So, you know, sometimes willpower, we make it harder for ourselves by not actually making a decision, and we're just kind of wishy-washy until the last minute, and then we're really like, it makes it hard for us to have that willpower. Next is focus on internal motivation instead of external. So challenge yourself, stay curious, take control of the things that you can control, and then let the rest go, and give up the fear of competition. Like we talked about the other day, the only competition is what's in the mirror. And then lastly, the last way to prepare that we're going to talk about is nurture the traits inside yourself that are linked to high potential, like being conscientious. Like you wouldn't think that, but definitely huge. Embracing uncertainty, right? Like how else can we prepare for the future unless we look and say, it could be anything, right? So embrace that uncertainty, be flexible, and then lastly, be courageous. So I thought this was really powerful, great, very timely, Coach. So thank you so much for today's word.
Yeah, awesome, and great lesson. Yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do. Fun Friday, okay? Hopefully you're working social media somehow, so you're figuring out how to do it. And take a picture. We're going to go in. We'll announce the winners on Monday, but we're going to go in and pick some winners. We're going to send, you know, again, we've been doing the Jim Rohn collection and talking about somebody that knows resilience, like he showed it in his career. And so we're going to send those out to some worthy people. All you got to do, take a picture, tag me and Andrea in it, where we'll see you. And we're going to pick some people to win this collection and get it sent to you. So guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Happy Friday. We'll see you back on Monday.
Love you all.
Thank you, guys.